Hi guys, welcome back. I'm back in the kitchen and I'm going to make two recipes. One is the tea and the other one is the Nettles omelette. Welcome. If you are new here, please click on the subscribe and subscribe to my channel. My channel is all about healthy eating, foraging, B&B, and easy cooking healthy dinner ideas. So right now I'm making omelets, but usually I like to make the tea first because we're going to have this for breakfast. So I'm going to start out by making the tea. So what I have here is, as you guys know, the Nettles tea. The Nettles is like, let me just show you one plant and then you know what I mean. Okay, just one example. All right, this is the, so usually I like to keep the bigger one, the bigger leaf. Then I tie them into knot and make them dry leaf so that I can use it during the winter. So for the part that is here, there are two small leaves here and two slightly bigger leaves here. As you know, as it grows, it will grow bigger and bigger, right? So instead of throwing this away, I cut them into smaller pieces into this, and then I collect them and then I put them in the plate, and I'm going to use this to make an omelette. And also, like certain plant like that is not that big, that is like this, so I think that okay, maybe I want to make a tea. So of course the fresh tea is the best compared to the dry tea, but it's better than nothing. If you cannot find nettles in your region or in your country, I have included a link in the video description where you could find dry nettles tea, organic one, and also in capsule in my video description. So don't throw away everything because the whole thing is edible. You want to be able to use as much as possible. And as for the stems, as you can see over, I collected a big box just now. So I'm going to throw them onto the compost. So it's going to go back to the earth again and nourish the earth. So next year, I'm going to have a new patch of nettles. So let's start off by cooking. Okay, let me just boil the water. So over here, I have a pot. I use the top part where I just snip off the top part and I just fill the pot with some water. So you want to be able to cook this not in a high temperature. Make sure you cook them in a medium. Thank you for the thumbs up. Make sure you keep the temperature consistent and not too high. You don't want to boil them too hard until the vitamins is all gone. So I'm going to boil this until when it comes to a point where I see the bubble, and then I'm going to just turn off and let it steep for at least 10 minutes. People usually steep for 5 minutes, but for me, I prefer to steep it a little bit longer. So let's turn on the heat. So I don't even want to switch it on to the maximum from the beginning. So I'm going to switch off with medium high and let it come to a boil. And also remember, don't touch it, okay? Because when you touch it, because without boiling it, the needle is not destroyed. The minute when you start to cook, the needle will be gone. So then that is where you could touch it. I made a video on pesto, and I made a video, how to do like some pesto that you can keep in the bottles. So I'm going to try and find that video and include that in the video description too. So next, while this is cooking, I'm going to just prepare the nettles omelette. So I have here, I don't even want to heat up the pan. I don't even want to chop up the nettles because these are the bottom one, which is very, very small and tender. So you don't really need to chop them. But if your nettles is too big, you probably want to chop them because they are a bit tough. So now I just want to sweat this. And how I do it is I put them onto a pan and I just let this sweat with a little bit of salt. I'm going to use everything. So, and it's okay to, sweat this if you want to add them to like baking bread or making a salad, you can do that. I wouldn't recommend people eating raw nettles because some people, they can really get hurt on their tongue. So I wouldn't recommend that. It's better to cook them or boil them or keep the nutrition, and then you absorb all the nutrition at its best um, possible condition. So now I'm just going to use some salt, and just hopefully this will just what do you call that? Oh, did I close? Let me see. Okay, this one. Okay, so you just want to sweat them. Make sure you have a little bit of water, and then you want to cover this. Let me get the cover. Okay, just cover it so that it's faster. And let me explain to you what we need to make this omelette. We have some cheese here that I bought at the supermarket. Uh, this is not a flavored cheese. This is just normal melting cheese. So if you want to add a flavored cheese, it's still okay. Make sure it's not so strong because you want to taste the flavors of the nettles. So make sure you find the one that is slightly not too strong or mild if you prefer a flavored cheese. And over here I have 4 eggs, which I'm going to season them. So usually I like to just squeeze a little bit of lemon into this nettles, just to get some lime juice. Okay, I think I need a little bit more, just a little bit, and then cover it. And now I'm going to use a little bit of fresh cream. You guys see it? So better. Okay. Oops. Yeah. Some fresh cream. You don't really need to use a lot. And then a fork. And then over here I have a lemon pepper. If you don't have lemon pepper, you can use normal black pepper. It works too. Of course, lemon is much nicer. I usually like a little bit more pepper on my omelette. And also a tiny pinch of salt. I notice, I don't know whether you guys agree, when you put too much salt, it sinks to the bottom. So you just need to season a little bit. And then when the egg is done, you can add a little bit more if you feel like, in the morning you need to have some salt. For me, I'm a person who likes to eat salty thing in the morning because we are Asian, we are used to that. Maybe in America or in other country, people prefer to use a sweeter version, so you can also add a little bit of sugar to sweeten the omelette. So for me, I prefer the salty version. So you just want to beat this until it's slightly puffy. So if you want to have a really puffy egg, you know what my friend do? In fact, I did try it, but I didn't have an oven during that time. So I use it on a pan fry. It didn't really work so well. So what you do is you can separate the egg yolk and the egg white. You beat the egg white until it's really puffy with the egg with the mixer. And then after that, you add the egg yolk into the egg white, and then you just add seasoning, flavoring, whatever, cheese or maybe ham that you like, and then you put them on a pan just for a short while, and then you transfer them into oven. Sorry, my tongue, my I'm feeling a little bit cold. I can smell the sense of the lemon already. So you don't want to cook it for too long either. So I'm going to just turn off the heat now. Let me just take a plate. Oh, I have a plate here. Okay, just put them on here. You just want to sweat them a little bit. You see, the green color is still very, very green, because if you cook them too long, they will turn a little bit yellowish. So let me just rinse my pan and put this back and see why is this one, maybe it's too low, the temperature. I'm going to increase this a bit. The tea, I mean. Okay, so let me just see here if you can see me, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you can see better this angle, yeah? So I know, right? On the hot pan, I'm going to add some butter. So this is 4 egg yolk. Usually it's enough for 2 of us. We eat 2 eggs each. So this is just nice. And okay, what I want to lower the heat a bit. Okay, and then you want to pick up the nettles and put it at the side. Okay, reduce the temperature now because you don't want to burn the underneath. So just move this aside. Smells so good already. And don't forget the cheese. 1, 2. LG, he loves cheese, so I'm going to put 3 pieces for him and 2 pieces for me. Okay, now just need to flip this over. So this is something that I can make for my B&B guests in August, if or maybe September. We'll see how's the situation like. So foraging fruit breakfast is something that I really enjoy eating. And just imagine, you have the tea, you have the omelette, right? It's for free. And just flip this over. Okay, so now you want to remove this. So what I do is I to move the plate. Yeah, this. Can you see? Okay, and then I just move this onto my plate. Breakfast. Live. This is live, guys. Breakfast from your backyard. Make sure you don't overheat the pan. I'm going to reduce the temperature a little bit because it's too hot. Okay, again, the same procedure. Just move this. Okay guys, you see this tea is bubbling now. So I'm going to switch it off now. And then I'm going to just let this steep by itself. Not remove them from the heat and transfer them into somewhere cool down. Let it sit for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. Cheese. 1, 2. It's not that difficult, right, guys? It's not that difficult. It's just a little bit of time in the morning. So usually I like to do this on a weekend where we have more time. Weekday is a bit tough. Everybody have to work, right? And then you don't want to stress in the morning. So I'm going to flip this. That. We'll flip this one more time. So, done. I usually don't like to cook it for too long. Omelette, if you cook them for too long, they get very dry. So, let me just transfer this over. This is my breakfast. Nettles, cheese, omelette. And my tea is over here. So I'm just going to let this sit. And then you use a seal to seal it off, and then you drink it when it's warm still. Alright, so I'm going to continue doing this, and I'm going to take a very nice picture, and I hope that I can use it as my thumbnail. Delicious, right? If you want a piece of this, give me a thumbs up and comment. What do you think about this recipe? If you would try it, yes or no. And if you do, I would love to hear from you. Alright? So guys, have a nice day, and we will hope that we can do more of this kind of recipe. I feel it's so hot here. Did I forget to off? It's very hot. See you guys. And don't forget to check out my link. I'm going to include the link for the other one, how I harvest nettles, also the link to bring some nettles home with you with capsule and dried leaf. The one that I have on my Amazon website is organic. So read that, read the comment, read the review before you buy them. All right, good luck, see you, bye bye.